Hi, in this video, I would like to look at how we use the simple interest formula to find P. P is our principal amount. It is the amount a person invests in an account or the amount a person takes out as a loan. A is still the accumulated amount. I is the rate of interest. And N is the duration. Now, the formula takes on the format A is equal to P multiplied by the bracket 1 plus IN. And we've used this before to solve for A. To make it easier for us to solve for P, we can make P the subject of this equation. And to do this, all we need to do is to divide both sides by the bracket 1 plus IN. Now, on the left, we have A over 1 plus IN is equal to, on the right, these brackets will cancel and we're left with P. In algebra, we know that if we have 3 is equal to x, we can move each term to the opposite side of the equal sign without changing the signs, and we get x is equal to 3. Both of these equations are the same. So in this case, let's put P on the left. It's equal to A over 1 plus IN. Let's put this formula at the top of the page. To find P, we start by multiplying I and N, then we add 1, and finally we can divide A by the denominator of the fraction. Let's look at some examples. Tracy wants to have $10,000 in 5 years' time. A bank offers her an interest rate of 20%. How much does she need to invest now? We need to find the principal amount, the amount that Tracy invests, so we need to solve for P. Let's find our A, I, and N values. Tracy wants to have $10,000 at the end of the investment. It is the accumulated amount. So we can say A is equal to 10,000. She wants to invest for 5 years. It's the duration of the investment. So N is equal to 5. The bank offers her an interest rate of 20%. So to get our I value, we say I is equal to 20 over 100, which is equal to 0,2. Now that we have these values, we can put them into the formula. So we say P is equal to the value of A, 10,000, over 1 plus the value of I, 0,2, multiplied by the value of N, which is 5. Now, on the top of our fraction, we have 10,000. In the denominator, 0,2 multiplied by 5 gives us 1. Add 1, and we get 2. Now we can divide 10,000 by 2, and we get an answer of $5,000. This is the amount that Tracy will need to invest. Let's do another example. 3 years ago, Casey invested an amount of money in her bank at a rate of 9% per annum. Today, Casey has $1,143. How much did she invest? Let's start by finding our A, I, and N values. Casey invested for 3 years. It was the duration. So in this case, N is equal to 3. Her bank offered her an interest rate of 9%. So to find I, we say 9 over 100, and we get a decimal of 0,09. Today, Tracy has $1,143. It is the amount after the investment. It is the accumulated amount. So in this case, A is equal to 1,143. Now that we have these values, let's put them into the formula. And we say P is equal to A, 1,143, all over 1 plus the value of I, 0,09, multiplied by n, which is 3. Now, the top of our fraction, we have 1,143. In the denominator, let's start by multiplying 0,09 and 3, and we get 0,27. Let's add 1, and we get 1,27. Finally, to get P, we can say 1,143 divided by 1,27, and we get an answer of $900. This is the amount that Casey invested. Let's do one more example. Barry wants to take out a loan at a rate of 7.5% per annum. He calculates that he will need to pay back a total of $1,840 after 2 years. What is the amount of Barry's loan? Here, we are looking at the amount of Barry's initial loan, so we need to solve for P. Let's start by finding our A, I, and N values. Barry wants to take out a loan at a rate of 7.5%. So to find I, we say I is equal to 7.5 over 100, and we get 0,075. He calculates he will need to pay back a total of $1,840. This is the accumulated amount. So we can say A is equal to 1,840. And he will pay this off over 2 years. This is the duration. So N is equal to 2. Now that we have these values, we can put them into the formula. So we say P is equal to A, 1,840, over 1 plus the value of I, 0,075, multiplied by the value of N, which is 2. Now in our numerator, we still have 1,840 over, in our denominator, let's start by multiplying 0,075 and 2, and we get 0,15. Let's add 1, and we get 1,15. Finally, to find P, let's divide 1,840 by 1,15. We get an answer of $1,600. This is the amount of Barry's initial loan.